Hello, I'm Jeff Radford, and I'm hoping to encourage you today with a leadership nugget. Years ago, I started out on a rescue squad in a little town called Big Stone Gap, Virginia. And I remember I joined the rescue squad just to spend some time with my dad. And as I was working on the rescue squad, I quickly learned that I wanted to take care of patients. People were placed in my life that had been such a great benefit, such as an ER nurse, that when I would take patients into the emergency room, I would see that ER nurse command the scene. And I thought, I want to be like that nurse. So I applied to nursing school. The first year, I didn't even get in. And then the second year, as I worked on prerequisites, I was able to get in the program, started to work on different things, and I started to learn that nursing was my calling. My calling truly was to serve other people. And every step of the way, as I've gone throughout my career, whether it be in the operating room or case management department, and then my first leadership job working as a manager of an orthopedic practice, I quickly realized too that another component of my calling was to develop other people. And that's truly what leaders do. We influence other people. As I was working on my doctorate's degree, I remember going to Regent University, and it was the first time that we had a residency there, and I was going to be gone 2 weeks from my family. I was struggling with that, and I went to Dr. King, who was in charge of the program at the time, and I said, Dr. King, I don't feel comfortable here. There were a lot of people around that had just great skill sets, great careers, and I felt myself to be this tall in that room. Dr. King said, the first thing I want you to know, Jeff, is that we prayed over every candidate, and you were chosen to be here. Those words were astounding to me at a very difficult time, that I was actually chosen to be in that program. Secondly, he said there are two characteristics, Jeff, that will be the success for you making it through the program. Number one, you must have endurance. And number two, you must have a willingness to learn. He said, look through the room, Jeff, and there will be several of these people that will not make it through the program over 3.5 long years. They won't make it through the program because either they lack endurance or they lack a willingness to learn. But if you have those two characteristics, Jeff, you can be successful. And over 3.5 years, I relied on endurance and a willingness to learn because I was a dad, was a husband, and I also was a full-time employee working day shift and working sometimes long hours, but still trying to find a way to get all the work done that I should. 3.5 years later, I stood there in my hooding ceremony. I surveyed the room again. The class size was much smaller. And those words came back to me and said, endurance and a willingness to learn. And with God's help, I did have the endurance. And then I also had a willingness to learn. And I actually incorporate those two characteristics still today, even in every part of my career that I've been able to go through and that I'm currently in. I look at how can I have endurance, and I look at how can I learn from every opportunity or every challenge that may come my way. How can I learn? Today, we're facing COVID-19, and it's causing a lot of challenge and a lot of havoc throughout our country, but also in our healthcare system. And I would encourage you as leaders, as we're putting in specific guidelines into our hospitals, specific rules and protocols and procedures to follow, I would encourage you not to tire, but to go at this headstrong and be a leader in your company, a leader in your hospital, a leader in your organization, and have endurance. But also I'd encourage you, what can we learn from this? What can we learn from all that's going on? What can we learn from all the science and all the news and all the recommendations? What can we learn from what other countries are going through? And when we come out, so we will come out on the other side of this, when we come out on the other side of this, what have we learned from the experience? I hope to encourage you today that as a leader, we should have endurance and a willingness to learn as we develop others, as we head on these challenges that we must go through. Endurance and a willingness to learn. Have a great day. Thank you.